Cossack.
The first object of this agenda is what is the meeting for, because it said budgets. And I don't know what I'm doing right now, so give me some help here.
I think we're okay. I see the little record button just popped up, so we just got to make sure we don't lose it when we're done. We'll worry about it at the end. All right, I'm going to go and get started since we're about 5 minutes into it. All right, good afternoon, everybody. This, of course, is our annual brainstorming meeting for the input for FBRs for FY22. I did send out a list earlier today, so you guys kind of have it in front of you as far as what's on our list total, and then what was actually funded for FY22. The reason I did that is to try to keep this at a minimum for what people will suggest to put in for this year. If it's already on the list, you don't need to tell us again. I know it's a lot to look through, but you can probably scan through your areas real quick. I know at the beginning of the list is more the Dade City area, and then as you go through, then Central, and then Newport Richey area, or the west side, is towards the end. So if you quickly scan through, if you have an idea and you know what building it is or the name of the building, you can quickly scan through those and see if the project's already in there. If not, then that's when I would suggest that we submit it today. So I'm going to try to keep this with an organized chaos. Since we have so many people online, I'm going to try to start by each area. And as we do that, we'll see if you have any input. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the East Maintenance, and let me know if you have any inputs or suggestions for FY22. I will add that please don't say you need tools. If you need tools, that's going through your supervisor. If you need bigger things like a man lift, well, then those are things we can be putting in for today. But anything that are small tools or things that only cost a couple $100 or $1,000, that should be fed through your supervisor to try to get it that way. So please refrain from giving me those. So we'll go ahead with to the east side. Do you have anything you want to suggest for budget request for 22? Yeah. I'll assume Danny Brown's kind of the guy in charge there.
Uniform.
Well, I see his name up there, but he's not unmuted. Newport Richey to Danny Brown. All right, maybe he's on the phone. All right, we'll come back to him. So we'll skip over to Central. And Linda, I think you're kind of leading that effort. So do you have any suggestions for FY22 for FBRs from your side? Well, I don't know what's going on. Is anybody from Central Office online?
I'll say, Doug, can you hear me?
Is that Jennifer?
Yeah, maybe.
Nope, that's Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia. Okay, you're at Hupp Clark.
I'm Central. So yes, and I sent you an email previously because we might have had a conflict for today that got canceled for the Hap Clark building, painting, resealing of the parking, and actually reworking the dumpster area and adding a recyclable dumpster so that the janitorial service can empty the recyclables in a recyclable dumpster instead of the trash.
Yeah, I got your email. I'll go ahead and make sure that's included. So I got all that already that you said.
All right, I just wanted to verify, make sure you got it. Plus, I figured it would help you to test audio.
Yeah. Okay.
True.
So is anybody from Central Maintenance on this meeting right now?
Oh, you got the camera working.
I just went through all the names and I do not see anybody from Central.
Okay.
Cynthia, mute your phone.
All right.
I'll remute.
Well, we'll see if somebody can get a hold of her.
Here's
Oh,
Linda
okay.
now.
There we go. Now we got her.
I think she's going to unmute herself, maybe.
Okay. Can you guys hear me at Central?
Here, how's that work?
All right. Now you're unmuted.
We can hear you.
I hit it.
Okay. All right. So I guess you missed my introduction here. I'm not going to go back. I'm actually on Central right now for you guys to suggest any facilities budget requests for FY22. I sent out a list. I'm sure you guys probably all didn't look through it all, but perhaps between what you say now, if you have anything, and Linda looking through that list, we can decipher if we need to add it or if it's already on our list and we don't need to repeat it. So I'll kind of open it up to Central Maintenance to tell me if you have any suggestions for FBRs for 22.
Okay, yes, I do.
No, we're unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We're in desperate need of a new scissor lift, and I will explain why. Ours is old and outdated. You can't even find info on the internet for it. There's no platform extension. Low speed does not work when turning. The batteries are shot. The tires are bald and hard. You go over a half-inch bump, it about jars your brains out. The freewheeling does not work. The brakes do not work on a steep incline. Controls are terrible. And if the batteries are dead, you plug it into the charger and it shows 90% charged in 5 minutes. You drive 10 feet, you're dead again. And also a trailer to pull it that's safe.
Okay. All right. We'll make sure that's included on the list. What's the next item if you guys have anything else?
Go 10 feet, I'm dead.
We need another lift in the HVAC side of things. We have several barge units at the wastewater treatment plants to install. Units are about 500 pounds. We need to come up several feet off the ground, and we have no way to do that without renting something. So some type of lift to take care of those units and future units as well.
Now you mean like a man lift or some kind of lift to lift equipment?
Some type of duck lift, whether it's manual or electric, something to get the units up off the ground and stabilize them while hanging them on the wall.
Okay.
You get
All right.
specifics on a lift later, I guess, but
Okay. Anything else? As far as projects wise and while you guys are out there, any roofs that are bad, any HVAC systems that are on their last leg, fire alarms. I mean, besides the jail, we think we got a pretty good handle on what's going on at the jail for fire alarm wise, but anything like that at any of the other central locations that you guys work?
Yeah, actually, we have a roof at Station 37 on Route 54 that has continuous problems with leaking and being sealed at the top. It's being patched right now. And if you get up there, I can provide you photographs of what we're dealing with there. But every so often, and maybe biannually, maybe even more frequently, that we're dealing with several leaks there. The roof, it's a metal roof, and it's deteriorating in a lot of different places.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you guys can think of?
The plumbers couldn't make it, and we've already discussed this one, but I don't know if it's being submitted as an FDR. The plumbing and the pipe chases and in the detention center pretty much needs to be totally replaced for most of it. It's actually got a lot of pinholes. They're chasing leaks like crazy.
Okay. All right. Now, if we had to break that down into phases, is that something that had to be done right now, but something we could do in the next month or so if we had to phase it instead of trying to get funded for all of it at once? Whether you
They
did it.
prioritize which areas are worse. I know A and D are pretty bad.
Right.
They just had a flood in Charlie Pipe Chase today. So it's not even just the old section. The new section is also starting to erode pretty bad.
Okay, yeah, because that's probably what we're gonna need based on the scope we're talking and the cost. If we had to split it up over some phases, we definitely need like a prioritized list, like what we're gonna try to do in FY22, FY23, etc.
I'd rather have them make that call of what they consider high priority. So
Yeah.
I'll ask them to prioritize it.
Okay, no problem. All right. Anything else from Central? All right, Central, if you could make sure you mute your mic. I'm gonna move on to gonna go ahead and move on to the construction and renovation folks there also at Central. Do you have any ideas or suggestions besides I got the one, Cynthia, that you sent already? Are there any other projects that you know from your side?
The one thing Molly had was the new roof on New River Library. That wasn't done during the renovation, so we may want to put that in. I don't know if Danny was going to put that in or not, but.
New River Library roof?
Yes.
Okay.
Up above, that pop up, all that cedar up there shot.
All right. Anything else, TJ?
The air handlers at the Hap Clark building. The central stations.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the whole air conditioning system at the Hap Clark building, because fire rescue calls every morning saying they're hot.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from the CNR group?
I think that's it.
All right. Okay, now I'll go ahead and move to West Side Maintenance. West Side Maintenance, do you have any input for FY22 budget that's already not potentially listed on the list that I sent out earlier this morning?
Yes, sir. Okay, environmental lab at Embassy Wastewater Treatment Plant. The AC out there is old and just about done. It's a 5-ton unit. 502 West Pasco Judicial Center, the alarm system. Radio tower, guard units. There's 2 of them on there. They're about 15 years old, and we've been babying them along.
You said the radio towers?
Yeah, radio tower guard units. That supplies all their, yes, I know, I'm getting the other phone call. All their equipment and so forth. Those units are pretty old.
Okay.
Then we got the call center at 496. They were asking about the heaters in the call center because there has not been any heaters in that call center. So when wintertime comes, they get cold and they complain.
Okay.
Yeah, space heaters and everything. Regency Park Library, the roof over there, that's they're bad. They're leaking real bad.
That's on
Need to be replaced.
That's on this year's list.
It is on this year's list. I didn't see it, but okay. Then take that one off. Sorry about that.
Okay. No problem.
We're looking a camera snake, approximately 300 foot long. Sea snake. What else did we have? And one more item here. We have over at Galen Wilson Elderly Nutrition Center. They were asking about the restrooms being reconstructed, renovated.
Okay. At the Elderly Nutrition Center at Galen Wilson?
Yes.
All right.
And I think that's all we got.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Vito. I'm going to circle back real quick and see, do we have anybody online from East Maintenance?
Yes, Doug, we're here.
Okay. must have missed it the first time, but we'll come back around. Do you have any input, FBR inputs for the FY22 from the east side maintenance?
Yes, my first question is, the historic courthouse has termites. It will have to be tenanted. I did get a quote. First one was 27,000. Is that something we would wait for next year, or are we gonna find the money and try to push that through?
Well, have you talked to Jesse about this yet to see?
I was just gathering quotes so far. I'm waiting for another one, so I didn't talk much to him about it, besides
Yeah. We can probably address that. I don't think that's something we want to wait a whole nother year for. So, let's see if we can work using the funding out of the budget this year for that, if possible. If not, then we will do it for FY22.
Okay. The government center, East Pasco, we need to put it into, change out the air-cooled chillers and the insulation on the chilled water pipes.
The chillers, didn't we get the chillers in this year for that building, TJ, or is that a different building?
That's a different building.
That's the, just the cooling tower for 14 for Robert D. Sumner.
Okay. All right. So we need to replace the chillers at the East Pasco Government Center?
Yes.
They were on the Condition A assessment from GCI as well.
Okay. All right. What else, Danny?
Couple fire alarm panels that are outdated. One is at the Judicial Center as well. And the other one is 38. I don't know. I was going to talk more with Matt about that. I got an estimate. We can get it in the budget.
What other location?
Bo Harris, the Sheriff's Department.
They need a new fire alarm panel too?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the center. The security. I'm sorry. That was the security. Yeah, card reader system.
Okay. All right. You said there was a couple fire alarms. The only one I heard you say was for judicial. Is there another one?
Government. The government center.
You got something from
All right.
Moving on to generators. The health department in Dade City.
All right, we have a whole generator replacement program, so that will probably fall under that.
Are transfer switches involved in that as well?
Yes, it can be.
Okay. A scissor lift trailer.
Okay.
And do we still have some more time on this if we find some other things that?
Oh yeah, we got till February 12th, so you got some time.
Okay, I'd like to inspect some more roofs and see how they are. Most of them are good.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else from East from any other guys that are out there day in and day out that maybe Danny didn't mention that needs renovating, replacing?
That's it. The sprinkler system, that building, that's all. Really, I don't know if that's something.
Possibly a sprinkler system at the courthouse, but we'll look into that a little more.
Yeah.
At 14.
It's original to the building, most of it.
If the Land O'Lakes library roof is not a part of the renovations, because I've gotten mixed information on that, the Land O'Lakes library roof needs to be replaced as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna switch gears and go to the RPP staff. Is there anybody from RPP that can think of anything that you'd like to have? I know previously Joanne has brought up kind of another little outdoor gazebo that would be for non-smokers. So kind of got that already. Is there anything else from the RPP side?
I got a quote on the GIS to run on here for like 6,300, and then a yearly maintenance of about 1,200 after that.
So what's the initial cost?
6,300.
That's for what, to get the license and.
Yeah, the actual desktop work in place type of.
And then what's the annual fee you said again?
1,200, 1,200.
Okay. I think we're going to try to get that this year though.
Yeah, I thought so, but
yeah,
throwing it out there. I got the number, a hard number, so.
Okay. All right. Anything else from anybody in the RPP division? Whether you can think. I mean, I know it's kind of not typically something you guys would.
No, none of our things are going to be that expensive. Then.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's we talk about training and things like that. So.
Okay. All right.
No, it's paid for that.
Okay. Are there any other things that anybody else feels like they haven't been called on that would like to make a suggestion or an input at this point? We'll try to go one at a time if possible, if anybody else has anything.
I got something.
Okay.
Need to put in place or I guess budget for it to update all our plans and prints to what is actually on site. Probably not possible, but
yeah, I know that we actually got a price on that already. Yeah, we wanted to get them all in a nice.
Well, no, I'm not talking about scanning what's there. I'm talking about a firm come in, do a complete site evaluation, and actually give us plans of what's actually occurring.
I got you. That might be hard to do, but
I understand that's almost like an impossible request, but it's something that's actually really, 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 really needed.
I hear you. So update all our building plans. That's probably something we definitely have to phase too, but it would be nice.
Yeah, it'd probably be building by building, but it needs to be started.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else from anybody out in the other world? Oh, nice cat. Does your cat have any suggestions there, Heather? Or just maybe a new litter box or something? I don't know. Okay.
How'd you know it was mine again?
I can see it.
I can even see you. I knew it was your cat.
You see nothing.
All right. How about I'll just come down to Chuck from the warehouse. Anything from your end that you can think of?
No, we're good.
All right. Such enthusiasm. I like it. All right. Unless anybody has anything, I think we've got a pretty good set of input for this year. If not, that's all I have. So one last chance. Anybody have anything else? And if you think of something later, not a problem. Send it to your supervisor. Kind of giving a little bit of why you think we need it. Just a little bit of background. It doesn't have to be a book. And then they can forward it to me, and we'll make sure it gets included. Or you can even put in the FBR yourself if you would like. It's just nothing more than putting in similar to a work order, except for you're going to select FBR vice a work order. It's the same system, so you can also do that as well. So that saves a step without somebody else having to do it if you got all the details for it as well. All right, I'm going to tell everybody we'll go ahead and end, and except for Oslick, if you can possibly make sure that we're able to save this recording, and then we have to figure out a way to get it to Brittany if she wants to listen to it, and try to create add to the list for the FBRs for us. So that's it. Appreciate everybody's time, and thanks for everything you do, and have a good afternoon. Talk to you later.
I'll mention one thing I didn't want to say with everybody right here, but on the one that's approved right here,